How do I know when I'm ready for the next level of practice? People like to learn everything as fast as possible. If they're offered the opportunity to be taught 1,000 practices in one day, they will jump on it faster than anything else, like they'll jump on it faster than a frog on a fly. Um, Essentially, how I know I'm ready for the next level of practice is basically when I go to medical seminars and I am basically told I'm ready for the next level of practice, not because that they just feel like, oh, I can give it to you now. No, it's based on certain symptoms that are being experienced and they need to be rectified. So essentially, these practices are prescriptions, so to speak. So basically, let's look at it like this: a car, in order to drive it, it needs gas, right? That's the first thing it needs, gas. And what's the second thing it needs? A driver. So let's just look at those two examples, in relation to a human. So, or in relation to Neigong practice. So the first thing the body needs is chi, and the second thing it needs is a driver, right? Otherwise, the chi just sits where it is. Basically, to get that chi, what is done? You are prescribed a practice, but only if you're in good health. If you're in good health, you can then be prescribed the practice. If you're a car that seems to be in running condition with no warning lights on, you can then be prescribed a method to put fuel into your tank, right? So that's what the first level of practice is, putting fuel into the tank. Second level of practice, we need a driver, right? But also, there's something else that needs to be done, but I won't go into that. Let's say, for instance, after my first Fachi, so after I put the fuel in my tank and I became the driver of my vehicle, then the next level basically, I needed I needed to rectify a certain issue that was present, but it's only present for those who actually have chi. If you don't have chi, this issue won't be present. Once you do have the chi from doing the practices correctly, and you do your first five chi, then there's a issue that's present for all people. It's not just for one or this person or that person. It's for all people. If if technically if we were practicing perfectly, you wouldn't need any additional practices to begin with. You'll already just be at the highest level. These lower level practices are to incrementally guide you to the higher levels of practice, right? But you don't need 1,000 practices at one time. You need to do one practice 1,000 times, right? So, yeah, so I did my first Fa Chi. The issue was stated that was there. It's not necessarily an issue. It's just something that's present when you have chi. And then I was taught an additional practice to rectify that issue. Right. This is all based on pulse, and and however else they try to test you or whatever. In my case, it was pulse and fa chi. Um, so that's basically how it is. I don't want to go too much more into detail because people, it's outside of your realm of it's outside of the realm of your realm of knowing, and you shouldn't really know about it until you're at that stage, honestly. So I would definitely recommend going on these medical seminars. A lot of cool things happen there. And just in general, if you're just interested in Neigong itself, you can get the legit practices from Neigong practitioners or Neigong masters uh, during these seminars after verifying that you're in running condition. Or if you're not in running condition, after your maintenance is done and all your warning lights are cut off, and then you're in running condition, then you can You can do these practices and you'll see exactly what I mean, how these things are prescribed to you once you reach certain stages, or once certain hurdles are cleared, right? So essentially, you don't need 1,000 practices. You just need to be prescribed one practice as you're ready for each of those practices, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't go looking for things that you really don't need in this moment. You'll really detract from what you can achieve trying to do too much too early. All right.